Hi everyone and welcome to another video of NRL Tips. This is the NRL Season 2024 Round 4 tips and predictions. Okay, let's get started with our tips. The first game of the round will be the Roosters versus the Panthers at Allianz Stadium in Sydney on Thursday night. Both teams are currently doing very well this season so far. Just last week, both of them scored over 30 plus points against their opponents. So this is going to be a great matchup. For the Roosters, Luke Keary will be back at 5'8", and Lindsay Smith is out due to injury. For the Panthers, James Fisher-Harris is still out, and Nathan Cleary will not be playing as well after he suffered a hamstring injury during the training. So Brad Snyder will be filling in for him at halfback. For this one, I just like how the Roosters are playing at the moment. So I'm gonna take the underdogs Roosters to pull up an upset at home by 1 to 12 points. The second game of the round will be the Rabbitohs versus the Bulldogs at Echo Stadium in Sydney on Friday afternoon. The Rabbitohs are still struggling to find their groove after round 3. Their defensive structures have fallen apart and their opponent seems to be just crawling in and scoring at will. This is a worrying sign for the Bunnies. Despite their huge loss last week, their coach decided not to make much changes to the side and decided to play the same 17 players again this week. On the other hand, the Bulldogs' spine players started to click. They managed to pull up an amazing defensive performance against the Titans last week by keeping them scoreless for the entire 80 minutes. They do have some high quality players in their spine, and if they all combine well, I'm sure they will be unstoppable. For this one, I think the Bulldogs can upset the Rabbitohs as well. So another upset, Bulldogs by 1 to 12 points. The third game of the round will have the Broncos versus the Cowboys at Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane on Friday night. The Broncos were missing their key player maker last week, which resulted in their huge defeat. As they say, when there is no captain, the ship goes off course. And now with Adam Reynolds returning this week, I'm sure they will have a really good fighting chance to win this game. The Broncos will be without Paynas, Braden Piakura and Rhys Walsh, so they will be replaced by Jaden Hunt, Corey Oates and Tristan Sailor. As for Cowboys, they are the only team that didn't lose a game yet this season. They are playing very well at the moment and are sitting on top of the ladder. I'm sure they will want to keep it that way. However, they will be facing one of the premiership favorites this round, so this will be a real challenge for them. Even though the Broncos are down with some key players, I think they can still win this one at home by at least 1 to 12 points. The fourth game of the round will be the Dragons versus the Seagulls at Wing Stadium in Wollongong on Saturday afternoon. The Dragons had a dream start this season by tracing the Titans by 24 points margin in round 1. But after that impressive win, it's all been a downhill the last 2 rounds. They can score points, but they need to aim up their defenses as well. On the other hand, the Eagles just lost their first game this season last week under an unfortunate circumstance. They will come with a lot of intent to make it up for it this week. For this one, I think the Eagles can win this one comfortably by 13 plus points. Moving on to the fifth game of the round, we'll have the Titans versus the Dolphins at Cbus Stadium in Gold Coast, also on Saturday afternoon. The Titans are in a really bad shape right now. Their halves are not clicking and everything doesn't seem to go very well with them at the moment. Like their skipper Tino Fasua Malawi is down with an ACL injury and will be out for the entire season. On the other hand, the Dolphins just come off from a bye and will be fresh and ready for a big performance. For this one, I will go with the Dolphins to win by, I want to go 13 plus, but I just got a feeling that the Titans this round will give Dolphins the run for their money. So I'll go Dolphins by 1 to 12 points. The sixth game of the round will be the Warriors versus the Knights at Go Media Stadium in Auckland, New Zealand on Sunday afternoon. The Warriors just won their first game of the season last week. Their performance was gutsy, I should say. On the other hand, the Knights capitalized on Storms losing their 2 key halves to suspension and injury and barely hold on to win their first game of the season last week. They are one of the toughest sides to beat, so I'm sure they will trouble the Warriors. However, I think Warriors can still win this one at home by 1 to 12 points. The 7th game of the round will be the Sharks versus the Raiders at PNGBet Stadium in Sydney, also on Sunday afternoon. The Sharks really shocked us by their horrible performance last week. Now that they will be losing Dale Finucane, Royce Hunt and Toby Rudolph to injury, they will be really struggling. But let's not judge the Sharks over their one horrible game. I think they will make it up for it this round. On the other hand, the Raiders were consistent in their performance and put up a strong challenge against the Warriors last week. However, they still need to polish their attack. So this is a really tough one, but I may be biased on this one too, but really I think the Raiders can win this one. So Raiders by 1 to 12 points. If you enjoyed the video so far, please show your appreciation by liking the video and subscribe, or follow me for more such tips and videos. Okay, the 8th and the final game of the round will be the Eels versus the Tigers at CommBank Stadium in Sydney on Monday afternoon. The Eels will be missing Mitchell Moses, so there will be a reshuffle in the halves, with Dylan Brown going to halfback and the rookie Blaise Taulagi to 5'8". After 3 weeks in suspension, Micah Sivo will finally make his return to claim his position in the wing. On the other hand, the Tigers were very impressive last week, and the same 17 players are expected to line up again for this round. So just because of one impressive performance last week, that doesn't guarantee us that the Tigers will repeat it this week. So even though the Eels will be without their key halfback, I will still tip them to win this one at home by 1 to 12 points. And that concludes our tipping for this round. And as I have mentioned earlier in my previous video last week, there is a website called PNGBet. I know some of you might have heard of it, that used to host free NRL tipping competition every year. It's already started this year, and I am currently participating in that competition. It's not too late for you to join. If you are interested, you can join in at any time. I'll put the link in the description below. This is how you would join the competition. You click on that link in the description. It will bring you to the registration page where you will register for free. They will not ask for credit card details, just your name, email address, and your country and password. As you can see, the list of countries eligible to participate in competition are here. So if you are from this region, you are eligible to join. So after you fill in your details, click join, and you will sign up for the website. And then you go into the website. On the top right corner, there's a tip-in there, tip-in tab there. You click on that tip-in, and then you went into there, and you'll see the competition. The free competition is there, so you go and click and join the competition. They will pick top 10 tipsters each week for some cash prizes, and at the end of the season they will rank all the tipsters, and the top 300 tipsters at the end of the season will receive some prize money. But by the way, it's not the real money that they will give you. It's like a bonus money or free credits that you can use to place bets and with real money. So if you are interested, the link is in the description below. And that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and as always, gamble responsibly, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.